Gale Sayers is the embodiment of athletic tragedy and triumph. His fleeting yet dazzling career was marked by unforgettable performances that belied the crippling injuries that would ultimately define his legacy. Witness the rise and fall of a gridiron genius, forever frozen in time as the epitome of what could have been. Born on May 30th, 1943, in Wichita, Kansas, Gale Sayers entered a world on the cusp of great change. The United States was fully immersed in World War II, with the nation's resources and attention focused on the global conflict. In this tumultuous era, Sayers' early life was marked by a sense of stability and love, courtesy of his parents, Roger and Bernice. His father, an automobile plant worker, and his mother, a homemaker, instilled in Gale a strong work ethic and a passion for sports that would become the hallmark of his future. Growing up in Wichita's African-American community, Sayers was exposed to the harsh realities of racial segregation and discrimination. Despite these challenges, his family and neighborhood fostered an environment that encouraged his athletic pursuits. The local playgrounds and sandlots became his proving grounds, where he honed his skills alongside other young athletes who would go on to make their mark in the sports world. As a child, Sayers was enchanted by the stories of Jesse Owens, the trailblazing Olympic sprinter who had shattered records and defied racial stereotypes at the 1936 Berlin Games. This early fascination with Owens's achievements would later influence Sayers' own approach to his athletic career, as he sought to emulate the determination and perseverance that defined Owens's remarkable journey. Sayers' formative years were also shaped by his relationship with his older brother, Roger Jr., who introduced him to the world of sports and encouraged his competitive spirit. The brothers spent countless hours playing football, basketball, and baseball, with Gale often pushing himself to keep pace with his siblings' more developed skills. This fraternal bond played a significant role in fostering Sayers' resilience and drive, as he learned to navigate the inevitable setbacks and disappointments that accompany any athletic pursuit. As Sayers entered his teenage years, he began to make a name for himself on the local sports scene. His impressive performances at Wichita's Southeast High School caught the attention of college scouts and coaches, who recognized the young athlete's immense potential. It was during this period that Sayers first encountered the influential coach, Harold "Bud" Wilkinson, who would later play a pivotal role in shaping his football career. The historical context of Sayers' early life is essential to understanding the forces that shaped his character and future path. The post-war era saw a significant shift in American society, with the civil rights movement gaining momentum and challenging the entrenched racial hierarchies that had long defined the nation. As an African-American athlete, Sayers was poised to become part of this broader narrative, using his talents to transcend the boundaries of sport and contribute to the ongoing struggle for equality and justice. As Sayers' high school career drew to a close, he found himself at the forefront of a new generation of African-American athletes who were poised to shatter the color barrier in college sports. In 1961, he accepted a scholarship to attend the University of Kansas, where he would play for the legendary coach, Bud Wilkinson's protege, Jack Mitchell. It was during his time at Kansas that Sayers began to develop the skills and reputation that would eventually earn him a place among the greatest running backs in college football history. One of the most significant moments in Sayers' collegiate career came on November 9, 1963, when he faced off against the University of Nebraska in a matchup that would be remembered for years to come. On that fateful day, Sayers scored 6 touchdowns, including a 99-yard kickoff return, as Kansas defeated Nebraska 43-0. This electrifying performance not only cemented Sayers' status as a rising star, but also caught the attention of NFL scouts and coaches who were eager to tap into his exceptional talent. Sayers' junior year was marked by a series of impressive performances, including a 289-yard rushing effort against Oklahoma State on October 26, 1963. This display of speed, agility, and power earned him widespread acclaim and solidified his position as one of the top running backs in the country. As his collegiate career progressed, Sayers continued to push himself to new heights, driven by an unyielding determination to succeed and a deep-seated desire to prove himself as one of the best. In 1965, the Chicago Bears selected Sayers with the 4th overall pick in the NFL draft, marking the beginning of a professional career that would be marked by both dazzling achievement and heartbreaking tragedy. On September 19, 1965, Sayers made his NFL debut against the San Francisco 49ers, scoring a touchdown on his first-ever carry and announcing his arrival as a force to be reckoned with in the league. Over the course of his rookie season, Sayers would go on to accumulate 867 rushing yards, 725 receiving yards, and 22 touchdowns, earning him the NFL Rookie of the Year award and establishing himself as one of the most exciting young players in the game. As Sayers' professional career took off, he found himself drawn into a close-knit circle of contemporaries who would become lifelong friends and confidants. One such figure was the Green Bay Packers running back, Jim Taylor, with whom Sayers developed a deep and abiding respect. The two men would often meet on the field, engaging in fierce battles for dominance, but off the field, they shared a bond forged through their mutual love of football and their experiences as African-American athletes in a predominantly white league. On December 12, 1965, Sayers faced off against Taylor and the Packers at Wrigley Field in Chicago, scoring 2 touchdowns and accumulating 174 rushing yards in a 35-28 Bears victory. This thrilling performance not only showcased Sayers' incredible speed and agility, but also highlighted his growing reputation as one of the most dominant players in the NFL. As the season drew to a close, Sayers found himself at the forefront of a new era in professional football, one marked by increased diversity, rising player salaries, and a growing national audience. As the 1966 season commenced, Sayers continued to dazzle audiences with his electrifying performances, earning him a reputation as one of the most elusive and explosive running backs in the NFL. On September 18, 1966, he scored 2 touchdowns and accumulated 143 rushing yards in a 31-17 Bears victory over the Los Angeles Rams at Wrigley Field. This impressive display of speed and agility was just the beginning of what would prove to be a remarkable season for Sayers. One of the most memorable moments of Sayers' career came on December 11, 1966, when he faced off against the Minnesota Vikings at Metropolitan Stadium in Bloomington, Minnesota. In a game that would be remembered for years to come, Sayers scored 4 touchdowns and accumulated 202 rushing yards as the Bears defeated the Vikings 41-28. This outstanding performance not only showcased Sayers' incredible talent, but also cemented his position as one of the leading rushers in the NFL. Sayers' success on the field was matched by his growing influence off it, as he became an increasingly prominent figure in the civil rights movement. On January 15, 1967, he attended a benefit dinner for the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, where he met with prominent leaders such as Martin Luther King Jr. and Ralph Abernathy. This encounter marked the beginning of Sayers' involvement with the movement, as he began to use his platform to speak out against racial inequality and advocate for social justice. As the 1967 season got underway, Sayers continued to dominate on the field, earning him a reputation as one of the most feared running backs in the NFL. On October 1, 1967, he scored 2 touchdowns and accumulated 117 rushing yards in a 27-24 Bears victory over the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. This thrilling performance was just one of many highlights from Sayers' remarkable season, which saw him accumulate 880 rushing yards and 9 touchdowns, despite playing in only 12 games due to injury. Sayers' relationship with his contemporaries continued to evolve during this period, as he developed a close friendship with the legendary running back, Joe Green. The two men would often meet on the field, engaging in fierce battles for dominance, but off the field they shared a deep respect and admiration for one another's talents. On November 26, 1967, Sayers faced off against Green and the Pittsburgh Steelers at Wrigley Field, scoring 1 touchdown and accumulating 101 rushing yards in a 13-7 Bears victory. As the 1968 season commenced, Sayers found himself at the forefront of a new era in professional football, one marked by increased player activism and a growing awareness of social justice issues. On September 22, 1968, he attended a meeting of the NFL Players Association, where he spoke out against racial inequality and advocated for greater representation of African American players in leadership positions. This courageous stand marked a significant turning point in Sayers' career, as he began to use his platform to speak truth to power and challenge the status quo. The 1968 season would prove to be a defining moment in Sayers' career, as he accumulated 856 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns, despite playing in only 9 games due to injury. On November 3, 1968, he faced off against the Green Bay Packers at Wrigley Field, scoring 1 touchdown and accumulating 122 rushing yards in a 13-10 Bears victory. This thrilling performance was just one of many highlights from Sayers' remarkable season, which saw him earn his 4th consecutive Pro Bowl selection and cement his position as one of the greatest running backs in NFL history. As the 1969 season got underway, Sayers found himself at a crossroads, struggling to come to terms with the physical toll that his injuries had taken on his body. On October 12, 1969, he suffered a devastating knee injury in a game against the San Francisco 49ers, which would ultimately prove to be the end of his playing career. Despite this setback, Sayers remained committed to his craft, using his platform to speak out against racial inequality and advocate for social justice. As Gale Sayers struggled to come to terms with the end of his playing career, he began to focus on his post-football life, pursuing various business ventures and philanthropic endeavors. In 1971, he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame at the age of 34, becoming one of the youngest players to receive this honor. This recognition served as a testament to his enduring legacy on the field, and he continued to be involved in the sport he loved, albeit in different capacities. In the following years, Sayers went on to become a successful entrepreneur, investing in various businesses, including a manufacturing company and a sports equipment firm. He also remained committed to social justice causes, continuing to speak out against racial inequality and advocate for greater representation of African American players in leadership positions within the NFL. His dedication to these issues earned him numerous accolades, including the NFL's prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award. One of Sayers' most notable endeavors during this period was his work with the Gale Sayers Foundation, which he established in 1987 to support educational and recreational programs for underprivileged children. Through this organization, he was able to give back to his community and make a positive impact on the lives of countless young people. The foundation's initiatives included scholarships, sports clinics, and mentorship programs, all of which reflected Sayers' passion for empowering future generations. In addition to his philanthropic work, Sayers also made headlines in 1992 when he joined the Chicago Bears as a consultant, helping to develop the team's scouting and player development programs. This role allowed him to remain closely tied to the sport he loved, while also leveraging his expertise to contribute to the success of his former team. As the years passed, Sayers' health began to decline due to complications from dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Despite these challenges, he remained a beloved figure in the sports world, with countless fans and admirers continuing to celebrate his achievements on and off the field. In 2013, he was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal, the highest civilian honor bestowed by Congress, in recognition of his contributions to sports and social justice. Gale Sayers passed away on September 23, 2020, at the age of 77, leaving behind a legacy that extends far beyond his impressive athletic accomplishments. Today, he is remembered as a trailblazer who paved the way for future generations of African American players, a passionate advocate for social justice, and a devoted philanthropist who dedicated his life to giving back to his community. The NFL has honored his memory by establishing the Gale Sayers Award, which recognizes outstanding contributions to the sport and to society. In the years since his passing, Sayers' legacy has only continued to grow, with numerous tributes and celebrations of his life and achievements taking place across the country. His story serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring impact that one person can have on the world, both through their accomplishments and their character. As a testament to his lasting influence, the Gale Sayers Foundation remains active today, continuing to support educational and recreational programs for underprivileged children and inspiring future generations to follow in his footsteps. His legacy is a testament to the power of perseverance, passion, and dedication, inspiring future generations to strive for greatness. As Gale Sayers once said, "I want to be remembered as a player who gave his all, and as a person who tried to make a difference," and indeed, he has achieved just that. That's all for today's Sports Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Howard Closewell, reminding you to keep shooting for your goals.